Just give me start the countdown then.
Oh, my dick. Okay, stop. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Smashcast. I am Kyle.
I am also Kyle.
And today we're talking Ultimate. Smash Ultimate. Ground rules. Kyle and I will be going over characters one by one, and we will be switching.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
One by one, and give opinions on potential new fighters for the game, what we think some Echo fighters are eventually going to be in the base game, and some DLC predictions, early predictions, because there have been a lot of leaks, there have been a lot of rumors about the ballot, there have been a lot of rumors about everything Smash-wise. So, let's start with Kyle.
Which one?
Shit, Kyle. Let's start with Kyle.
Okay. So mine's kind of tough. In terms of like characters that I really want to see, just because it got a Switch port recently, I want to see BJ Blazkowicz because I feel like his moveset is, as opposed to like New Order when that came out, he had a lot more upgrades in New Colossus. So there's a lot more for him to do.
Okay, that is interesting.
It's interesting.
That's how you start out. That's how you start off a character predictions. You go full Wolfenstein.
Full.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you, but he's just one of those characters that like. He'd be cool if he's in, but I wouldn't be disappointed if he wasn't in. You know what I mean? It's a Wolfenstein does have a history with Nintendo, I believe. Yes.
It got a port, I believe, on the Super Nintendo.
I believe there was Wolfenstein 3D on the Game Boy Advance of all things. Also happened. Wolfenstein 2 got its first like major release with Wolfenstein 2 on Nintendo Switch now, which somehow runs. I can't explain to you how Panic Button made that work, but Wolfenstein 2 is on the Switch somehow. Moveset wise, I believe he would be ridiculously unique in the fact that I don't think, besides maybe Mario and Samus, there is no first person shooter representative in Smash as of right now.
See, what I'm thinking is a weird combination because in Wolf 2 you can choose between these three gears. I'm trying to remember the third one. I know one of them is stilts, or is it just powered legs or is it stilts? I don't know. One makes you crush up into like not like a morph ball, but kind of, because you're.
So he's going to be an echo of Samus, is what you're saying.
Yes, you constrict. I think it's called the constrictor harness. And then there's one where you just run through fuckers like a train. Whoa. That's the best one. You make Nazi rain.
All right, on the spot, what do you think his final smash is going to be?
Oh God. Oh, you know what?
What?
It could be the Panzerhounds, which are the giant. I don't know if you've seen them, the giant ass robot dogs.
No, but that sounds just amazing.
It just fucking comes in and eats everyone's ass.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, I think that's enough for Mr. BJ Blazkowicz.
Dick suck Blazkowicz. Yep.
Dick suck. All right. My list is entirely based on the ballot and just games in development around that time. So my number 10, even though it's no particular order, my number 10 is going to be Isaac from Golden Sun. For the sole fact that on my list, I believe there's only one or two new representative first-party-wise representing a new part of their own series. Isaac is the typical JRPG protagonist anime boy, and I know a majority of the Smash fans would not want to see him just because of the surplus, and I mean the absolute surplus of Fire Emblem characters we have.
No more Fire Emblem swordsman. I can't really talk much about Isaac because I've never played a Golden Sun game.
Yeah, no, this is going to be entirely me. It's Isaac has a lot of potential for everything. Basically, he is, to Smash casuals, he would be a more magic-based version of Robin. He does not have a one-handed sword. His final sword would actually be a two-handed sword, and that would be the first character in Smash to have that. Besides Cloud. Cloud does have a two-handed sword, but I feel like he's a weird exception, just because I still can't believe Cloud is in the game.
I think a lot of people can't.
Yeah, Cloud was the weirdest addition to Smash history. I think just because of everything leading up to that is just like, oh, you predominantly Nintendo third-party characters, and then Cloud, who's only ever appeared in a Theatrhythm game, and
isn't he in Final Fantasy Worlds? Is it?
Oh, he was in Explorers.
Explorers.
Yeah, but even then, it's just a weird spin-off that no one ever played.
Yeah.
In addition to all the other Final Fantasy spin-offs no one's ever played. But
what's that? Dirge of Cerberus. I'm sure it was popular in Japan in the early 2000s when everyone was an edgy fuck.
Of course. Like everything from that era. Isaac, just to pan over it, just because it's hard talking about a character myself, because I have a second host here. Isaac, simple JRPG protagonist. He is possibly, besides a few retro characters, he is one of the most mentioned first-party characters who hasn't had a representative yet. His assist trophy is not only absent from Smash Ultimate, it was also absent from Smash 4, which I do find interesting, but he is one of the only characters that I see requested a lot not get a Mii Fighter costume, which was weird, considering he wasn't an assist in either of those games. They did get music, which in Smash 4, which was weird, but Isaac is my number 10. I believe he has enough moveset potential to differentiate himself from all the other anime swordsmen. And Matthew, his son from the third game, even though no one likes that game, could potentially be an alternate character. We'll move on to Kyle's 9th choice.
So my 9th choice is kind of weird, especially considering my second choice it's pretty much the same character. But my 9th choice is Miriam from Bloodstained. And I guess that kind of spoils what my number 2 is going to be. But I feel like since it's a newer IP, it'd be interesting to see, and I really like the design. I like the stained glass look she has. The only thing would be, I don't know how Konami would feel about it, because if Simon Belmont does make it in, not to blow that spot for later, but if he does make it in, then I feel like there's going to be some kind of weird, oh, what the fuck, you can't do this. It's Castlevania. We got Castlevania in it already. What the fuck are you doing? But I don't know. I feel like it would be interesting. And when I typically think of Castlevania stuff, I think of Nintendo. So Castlevania, even Bloodstained, I think of Nintendo. Even though,
yeah, no, you really surprised me with the Bloodstained character, because it's one of those games that I feel like it's trying to mirror the original, but it's going to end up like a Yooka-Laylee or Mighty Number 9. In my opinion,
doesn't end up like Mighty Number 9.
In my opinion, and the only problem I would have with Miriam being in the game is that she is an indie character, and the problem I have with it is if we are going to get Belmont in the game, I feel like he covers everything that Miriam would potentially have, and if there was going to be an indie character in the game, even though he's not on my list, I would love to see Shovel Knight.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people would like Shovel Knight.
I just feel like he's somehow, even though the Smash 4 hype has ended, Shovel Knight, I still hear his name pop up.
Yeah.
Less so then than now, but I still hear his name. So
I feel like one thing I didn't bring this up, but Miriam could totally be an Echo Fighter for Simon Belmont, and I think that would be interesting.
God, that would be weird.
It'd be really weird.
That'd be hilarious, but I wouldn't want to say that's a Sakurai move, but I just feel like that's just a weird-ass swerve that no one would see coming.
It's just a hotter version of Lucina. Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, my God. Dear God, I can't believe you just said that.
I did just say that.
Okay. We're going to move on from Miriam from Bloodstained to move on to a prediction that I seen in a leak. I'm not going to say it's 100% official because I don't know anything. But number 9 has to be one of the greatest potential reveals I've ever seen. And I've already got a tagline for him.
Oh, no.
All right. So, number 9, I hope next month at EVO, they announce Heihachi from Tekken. Heihachi would be... I literally can't explain the moveset to you because he comes from a fighting game. and he has his moves already in the game. It's simple as that. Interestingly enough, though, they could probably introduce all of his potential like Street Fighter command codes, but specific to Tekken. I don't know what they're called. But the tagline is possibly the greatest thing I think I've ever come up with. Heihachi, Tekken's over Smash.
Go fuck yourself.
But Heihachi, the only reason I consider Heihachi so high in my list as base roster is because there's a couple of reasons. One, Heihachi for some reason got a Mii Fighter costume in Smash 4, which I still consider really weird because Tekken really doesn't have that many Nintendo ties besides the Wii U game, and I think there was a Tekken game on the Game Boy Advance, I think. And if it is, it's possibly one of the worst ones in the entire series. I think there might have been a 3DS game. And that weird point when they were trying to put a lot of fighters on the 3DS, including Street Fighter.
I don't remember Tekken. I do remember Dead or Alive.
Yeah, Dead or Alive's on there too. And oh god, we could get someone from Dead or Alive.
Kasumi. Honestly, I'm gonna put in like a little addendum.
Okay.
Ryu Hayabusa. So then we get a retro character, we get a Ninja Gaiden character, and a Dead or Alive character in one go.
Oh, that's crazy. That's wow.
Although there will be 2 Ryus, but then again we have 2 Roys, so it's okay.
We do have 2 Roys. Yeah, I don't think naming convention is going to stop anybody from getting Smash. So
then we can have 3 Heihachis.
Three Heihachis. Yeah, no, Heihachi would just be interesting in general, just because it'd be yet another third-party series, and that just crosses over with Smash so well for the fact that it's like, hey, you like Tekken, why don't you play Tekken in your Smash Bros? You got your Heihachi, you got your Ryu. You can do Street Fighter cross Tekken in Smash Brothers.
Street Fighter cross Smash Bros, cross Tekken, cross Dante from Devil May Cry.
Jesus Christ, and Knuckles. Never forget Knuckles.
And Knuckles.
Well, he's not in the game, but let's move on to your number 8, which is...
So my number 8 is going to be really fucking short, but I was thinking, who could go into as a Zelda character? And I was thinking, and I thought really hard, just kidding, I thought for like 3 seconds, and I was like, why not put Linkle? Because...
Oof.
like,
that...
out of all the Zelda characters that could have made it in, why not put Linkle?
Yes, because Sakurai looks at the roster of Smash Ultimate. He's like, there's one potential Zelda spot open. He was reserving it for Epona.
No, you know
and then he's like, you know what, we need another Link.
We do need another Link. But what we mostly need is more hentai bait. And that's exactly what Linkle will be.
Oh, the Linkle's going to be... Oh, man.
Fuck.
What?
I'm going to have to go over there.
It died?
It died.
Oh, my God. Did you hear that? His microphone died.
No, not my microphone. My whole ass computer.
Your whole computer died?
That's what I get for not plugging it in.
Of course. Now we're joining on one side over here.
I'm going to squat like a fucking Russian man.
Okay. So, his number 8 was Linkle. My number 8 is possibly the one that makes the most sense to me. It was revealed that Smash Ultimate's development cycle, or its first draft or final plan project, got finalized in December 2015. Earlier that year, Xenoblade Chronicles X came out. So my prediction for number 8 is Elma. Elma makes a lot of sense for the sole fact that Xenoblade has been getting a lot of mainstream attention in terms of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It wasn't X, but I feel like 2 doesn't make it in terms of development. If anything, which will probably spoil one of my DLC predictions, is Rex and Pyra would be fantastic, but I don't see them making it in for the sole fact that Elma was the character that time around. Unless they want to fuck everybody over and just say the avatar from the game, Cross, would be the representative, and it just takes moves from Elma. Hello, Kumatora fans. But Elma's my number 8.
Oh, I'm making a mess.
Oh my god. He is just running wild over here. He's like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Fucking fucker.
But let's see. He's getting a chair over here. He's getting settled.
It's tighter than a fucking Virgin's Vagoo. I hope that got caught on. There we go. That's comfortable, and I lost my notebook. Oh, it's down here.
Okay, so we're moving on to his number 7.
Can I count? Can I get back to the page?
Not that page.
Not that page.
That's an entirely different series.
Oh, God. Where is it?
Okay, just to tie it over. We will be talking about Echo Fighters and DLC characters later. None of the characters that we mentioned now are any form of Echo Fighters or...
Except Linkle.
Except Linkle, just because even though she has the potential to be... I don't know. It's weird. Sakurai does not like including...
Women?
Yeah, no, Smash 4 changed it.
Fucking misogynist.
No, he doesn't like including content from the Warriors games, apparently, because there's been nothing from Hyrule Warriors or no mention of Fire Emblem Warriors as of yet. And,
I like how I lose the page and I just can't find it at all. Oh, there it is. My next one was... Oh, this is a great one. We're good.
Yep.
Okay, technical difficulties, but we're back. Captain N and the Game Master. Except it's just Captain N and not the Game Master.
I thought you said Gay Master.
I did say Game Master. But yeah, I feel like Captain N's one of those weird ones where it's like nobody could really see him coming in, but if he did, people would be like, oh, that's cool. And I don't see him talked about that often, so that'd be interesting.
Captain N is a weird one. I don't hear much about him often. I'm not even sure he has his own game, but that doesn't stop people because fucking Rob's in the game.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't be surprised if he somehow got announced because we are lacking a retro character as of right now. He fits the bill perfectly. The only other retro character that fits in that type of style is fucking Nestor. You remember Nestor? The fucking Nintendo Power icon.
Nestor is legit just a Mii fighter.
Oh, that would be amazing. But, like, no, and Nestor got his own game. This is how obscure this is. Nestor's Funky Bowling on the Virtual Boy.
I vaguely remember that, actually.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. I don't know. Captain N. Plus, if our other prediction comes true, he reunites the gang with Mega Man, Samus, Link, and the other one.
The other one that I mentioned earlier.
But we'll keep alluding to because he's basically confirmed for the game.
Yeah.
But we'll discuss him later. My number 7 is the other first-party rep that's getting his own representative this time around for a new series being... most people want the Chorus Kids. I'm going with Karate Joe. Karate Joe, he's a fighter. He fits the bill more. And you won't have to worry about the trilogy of the Chorus Kids running around 8-man Smash.
And Sakurai won't have to shoot himself?
Yeah, he won't have to develop more health problems developing the game. Karate Joe, I feel like, has the potential to be the first character to somehow have a rhythm-based moveset. Somehow, either his idle animation or the music, which this would be a developmental nightmare, but somehow every individual song he matches the beats with. No, that's never gonna happen. I feel like his idle animation will have like 3 little beats, and if you time it right, you'll get a damage booster in terms of like knockback and damage and stuff for all of his moves. He could potentially just represent the entire Rhythm Heaven series, kind of similar to how Pac-Man just represents Namco. I don't know. He just screams potential, and the fact that it was kind of like a pull-in, pull-out situation with all the representatives of Rhythm Heaven and Smash Wii U and 3DS. I feel like Sakurai is just saving it.
Pull out.
Yeah. So we're going to move on to Kyle's number 6.
Okay, so this one's like a little bit of a BJ Blazkowicz was like out there, but I think this one's both more out there and less out there at the same time, and that's Travis Touchdown. So Travis is one of those characters where I think he could work, but it would be so weird, and it would mesh weird.
Yeah, it's like Bayonetta all over again.
Yeah, it's like Bayonetta, but like to a little more extreme. Because like I believe someone in the comments on YouTube was talking about they want to see Travis body slam Mario and call him a fucker. And I'm like, that's probably what Travis would do. There's also a possible Echo Fighter for Travis, but I'll get into that later.
Yeah, Travis would be weird. He fits the bill in terms of just games, and I feel like they announced that No More Heroes Travis Strikes Again was in development around 2017, so I feel like they just missed the development cycle with that. If anything, me personally, I see him as DLC, but if there was a bigger movement for him, I feel like he would totally fit. His moveset potential-wise, Jesus Christ, he's unlimited.
Wait, was Travis Strikes Again 2017?
Yeah, it was around the time of the Switch event. It was last E3, or it was the initial Switch event, I believe.
I think it was, the first reveal of the Switch.
Which was when? Was it like...
It might have been 2016.
Was it 2016?
I thought I don't know. I know the Switch came out in Did it come out in March? Breath of the Wild was the launch title, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it came out in March. And it was a couple months at least, so it might have been late 2016.
Okay, so you changed my mind. It's entirely possible that Travis could have made the initial cut of it. I don't know. I feel like they're going super, like, name series with this one. I don't know. It's hard to decide because you can't pick the mind of a man who makes the Duck Hunt dog playable.
Honestly, that's like one of the biggest what the fuck moments I've ever seen is Duck Hunt dog.
It's literally just a dog with a duck on its back, but like it's an iconic gaming character because everybody had an NES when they were little. But so my number 6 is I feel like the Sonic or the Mega Man of this time around, the one that like everybody's really expecting, but if they're not in, it's just kind of gonna look weird. And that is Rayman. If you've ever played a Rayman game, you know that he fits in Smash for the sole fact that his moveset in the games are already tailored to Smash. In addition to that, Rayman did have a trophy in Smash Bros. 4, along with Glowbox and Barbara, I believe her name was, from either Legends or Origins. I believe it was Legends. Legends recently got a port to the Switch.
I think it might have been both Legends and Origins.
Was it?
I don't know. I don't know for sure.
I'm not the biggest Rayman fan. I just know of him.
The last Rayman I played was Rayman 3 for 5 seconds.
Oh man, I don't think I've played a single mainline Rayman game. I might have played Origins for about 5 minutes, but no, he just fits the bill. He's another aesthetically Nintendo-looking platforming character that just looks like he fits in there. And not only that, it was talked about how when Sakurai reached out to Ubisoft for a Rayman trophy, he asked him for a 2D trophy, but they made a whole ass 3D model for him. I feel like that's just either the calm before the storm of the Mario Rabbids game getting announced. And that's another thing. People are talking about how they want the Rabbids, specifically Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Peach Rabbids to be played. It's just I can't see that. It's just, if anything, they're going to be assist trophies. I feel like they fit perfectly as assist trophies.
What if they turn out to be really weird Echo Fighters?
How so?
Just shortened versions of their original characters.
Oh god, that'd be horrifying.
It would be horrifying.
Especially Yoshi. Oh Jesus Christ, a rabid Yoshi just eating everybody and laying eggs everywhere.
Or a rabid Luigi, he'd be doing his top 10s. Oh wait, wrong. I can't speak English.
Yeah. All right, we're on to Kyle's number 5 now.
Okay, so your number 5 was very much about a company that's buddy-buddy with Nintendo now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I can speak words. So mine is also a company that's buddy-buddy with Nintendo, and that's Microsoft. Now, no, it's not Master Chief, but it's a rare character. And it's not Banjo-Kazooie. It's Joanna Dark. I feel like Joanna Dark would work pretty well, and there's potential because I know that Daddy Sakurai wanted a clone character, or a character in, was it Melee or 64?
It was 64 because I fit around the era.
A character in 64 that could be a clone of Joanna, but we'll go there later. I feel like Joanna would be a really interesting one, and since that Microsoft and Nintendo are just buddy right now, I think anything is possible.
That's true. I'm not going to spoil some of my predictions, but I feel like if there is going to be a Microsoft representative, I feel like it's going to be the two other potential rare characters everybody always mentions, Conquer and Banjo. No, she would definitely just be weird. I feel like that'd be just one of the most out there characters to ever get in Smash.
I feel like she would just be Zero Suit Samus, but without the whip.
Oh god.
So make her a clone too, and then give, you know what, and then make the clone. Fuck it, I'm gonna blow one of my spots later. It's James Bond. So have Joanna Dark be a clone of Zero Suit, and then James Bond be a clone of Joanna, who's a clone of Zero Suit.
We'll discuss this later, but we're going to talk about how James Bond in Smash is possibly like the weirdest and worst thing to ever happen because it opens a floodgate that I don't want opened. But we'll talk about it later. Number 5. This one is not my choice per se, but it's Japan's choice. Recently with Smash 4 getting Little Mac and Smash 5 getting Ridley, we've got a lot of Western representation in terms of popular characters getting in Smash. Number 5 is a Japanese pick. I choose this because I found out recently that she is marketing beyond her own series. The series also has the potential for another rep, which I'll get into later.
Segata Sanshiro?
Oh god, I don't even... No, we're not. At that point, we're just at Chuck Norris. But it's gonna be Ashley. Ashley fits so many niches that it's just insane that she's already not in. She's a witch, which means she can do witchcraft, mage work. She could represent the WarioWare games even more so than Wario, because Sakurai just looked at Wario and was just like, haha, he fart.
He fart and he drive motorcycle.
And that's it. That's all he's seen Wario as, despite Wario having like possibly like the best platforming series in all of Nintendo history. Ashley also got a Mii Fighter costume, which always helps because that means she probably got more recognition in Japan. She's slowly growing in America. It helps that WarioWare is getting another game this year, which I forget about all the time.
I forget about a lot of things.
Actually, I think it comes out in a month. So
Jesus Christ.
Ashley would be prime pickings for the first mage character if they don't add a Mii spellcaster, which I've seen, which I feel weird about because they already announced the Mii Fighters. But I just thought of something.
What?
It's the fact that every trailer after this is going to be a new character. There's no, like, this is just characters returning because everybody's back.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Yeah, so every trailer from now on is just literally going to be a new character. Unless it's the story mode trailer, and I would die. But
I just want a story mode like Subspace in the new game. I want to see all the crossovers.
Honestly, I'd settle for Melee's adventure mode. If you've ever played that, it's just basically you run left or right, but in themed places, like you run through Brinstar, you run through the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, I don't know. There's this. I know Daddy Sakurai got mad about the people stealing his cutscenes or whatever, leaking them before the game.
Yeah, but he leaked his own cutscenes before the game even released.
That's Daddy Sakurai. But I don't know. I want to see a story mode where they're all playing together and you see all the crazy shit.
Yeah, I just want to see the Captain N reunion.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Whether he's in there or not, but I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like she has potential to be in there, and with Japanese, that's the only reason. If it was entirely Western influence, she has zero to even negative chance of getting in because no one's aware of her. And if anything, the other WarioWare rep I considered doing was this kid named 9 Volt. He basically he plays a lot of Nintendo games in WarioWare, so I thought he would be the perfect opportunity to represent the failed Nintendo accessories like the Virtual Boy, the Power Glove,
No, please.
the Super Scope's already an item, but like the NES Zapper, the Arcanide controller.
Oh, hold
like,
on.
What?
If Captain N makes it in, the NES Zapper's already taken.
That is true.
And I think Captain N might have had the Power Glove too.
Oh, that's crazy. God.
Um,
But 9-volt would also be fantastic, and I wouldn't be opposed to both of them getting in. But I don't see many people besides Japanese people clamoring for WarioWare representatives.
yeah, I don't see that too often.
Yeah. It's just kind of like Sakurai, just like, hey, here's Yoshi, Wario, and Donkey Kong. They have their own series, but they're only allowed to get like one character.
You may smack it. Once.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to Kyle's number 4.
So I'm gonna call an audible and switch one of my characters.
Ooh.
I'm gonna switch my 3rd and 4th slot. So you mentioned this specific name, although you didn't mention it by character. It's just a word. You mentioned Zero. I feel like for a new Mega Man representative, Zero would work really well. I also think Tronbon could work. And that whole big 4chan leak said something about a mech character. And Tronbon's like one of like 5 people I can think of that's a mech. Or has a mech.
Yes, if you wanted to, actually, I'll pull it up right now. The leak that happened with, I'll list off everybody who we think it could potentially be. It's kind of like a little bonus to this. But continue with your reasonings.
I think Zero would be cool. And originally I was thinking maybe he could be a clone, but then I forgot that it's not Mega Man X, it's just Mega Man. So yeah, Zero could be his own character, and I feel like there's enough of a fan base for him where it's not just like, oh, we're just, this is this random character nobody's ever heard of. Zero would work fairly well.
Yeah, plus him and Tronbon for some reason are in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 despite Mega Man or X being there. Because I believe X was in Infinite and not 3.
Capcom.
Yeah, somehow Tronbon made it in before Mega Man. So it's weird.
They didn't want to make another Zero clone.
Yeah. Okay, I've got the rumor pulled up. So it says, okay, kiddies, if you can figure this one out. July, the characters King and Ponytail will be revealed in the mini direct.
That one's like fairly.
That one's fairly easy. Assuming that it's just going to be King K. Rool and Ponytail. I can't imagine that it'd be any other King and Shantae, which a lot of other people are thinking. Old Man I've already covered with Heihachi. The character Archer will be most likely Decidueye from Pokemon games. He also fits the development cycle. Warrior and Secretary. Warrior is very, 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 very vague.
Very.
Very. Secretary is more easy to figure out. My buddy over here thinks it's going to be
Mia from Phoenix Wright.
God, that'd be so weird.
It'd be a good slap to the face of like the people that want Phoenix Wright in to just put Mia.
God, that'd be so weird. I mean, she was technically in Phoenix's moveset for Marvel vs. Capcom already.
Yeah. What if Phoenix as a support? Oh, wait a minute. I just came up with something amazing.
No, it's probably not amazing.
No.
You're just what?
Pokemon trainer, but Phoenix Wright. And then he switches between Mia, Miles Edgeworth, and what's Apollo Justice?
Oh my god.
Yeah, he switches between them 3.
No, Pokemon trainer with attorneys. It's illegal.
That's great.
That's awful. I want it. Secretary, my choice is going to be Isabelle from Animal Crossing. She was in Mario Kart 8, which I find weird. The character Mech, that is just Jesus Christ. That is just so vague. It could be Chibi Robo. It could be Tronbon. It could be Elma. It could be Ray MK3 from the custom Robo games.
There was someone else we thought of. I couldn't remember who. Oh, Tails and Eggman.
Yeah, it's possibly Tails and Eggman. It could be possibly Dr. Wily. I don't know. Mech is very, very vague. Other characters are Rhythm, which supports either the Chorus Kids or Karate Joe, but that also could be the Elite Beat Agents. It could be Parappa the Rap.
No. Sony's way too unfriendly with any other company to let Parappa in.
You fucking crossfillet. I can't believe that. I can't believe I could play Fortnite on my Switch with someone on Xbox. Sony's not getting in on the train.
It's because Sony's a bunch of piss babies.
Yes, they are. Folklore, which...
Simon Belmont.
Belmont. I don't know. It's so vague. That's what I hate.
It is vague, but I feel like there's very few people that it could be.
Yeah. Doll, which is Gino, obviously. At least I hope, unless it's fucking someone from like one of the Style Savvy games or something.
Is a voodoo doll.
He is a voodoo doll.
Oh, he is a voodoo doll?
Yeah, because he's not actually. It's actually a Star Guardian possessing a doll.
What if he's a Voodoo Vince?
Voodoo Vince.
We get Voodoo Vince in Smash.
No. And then Prime Ribs, which everybody believes it's possibly a Metroid character because Prime can only be associated with Metroid Prime apparently. But someone brought up the fact that Ninten from the Earthbound games, Earthbound's beginning specifically, his favorite food is prime ribs. And that's very specific, despite someone figuring that out. But I ruined like half my predictions with that. We'll talk about all of them later. But my next prediction is Doll. It is going to be Gino. I feel like it is prime time for this man to get in, for the sole fact that Sakurai has slowly just included all the characters he's wanted in Smash already. Gino got a Mii Fighter costume. Cloud is back. Gino has the potential to be unique. We don't have a new Mario character this time around. And third-party representatives are just becoming more and more prevalent just because Sakurai is just opening up to the idea that this isn't just a celebration of Nintendo, it's a celebration of video games. And Gino represents that more than anything because he's the only third-party Mario character in history, which blows my mind to think about that sentence.
What? I have to stop you.
What?
The Rabbids.
Shut up. God, stop it. Just too many. Too many. I hate it. Gino, I've seen working movesets for him in Brawl. I've seen it in Smash Brothers Crusade. He just has so much potential to have a unique moveset, and if we get the only true reason I want him in there is I want a heavy metal remix version of the Mario RPG theme so fucking bad. Gino just fits so many tallies, and the fact that he's been rumored to be in the game twice now, without making it, just kind of seems like the "Everyone is here" tagline just fits a lot better.
And with Square Enix playing buddy with Nintendo now, I think it's a lot more likely.
Oh yes, it does. A lot of people are requesting other Square characters. I've seen requests for Sora, which would be a fucking nightmare license-wise. I don't support Sora being in for the sole fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 is still not confirmed for the Switch, even though it's entirely possible. Wolfenstein 2.
Technically, Chain of Memories wasn't. I think it was Chain of Memories.
Well, I mean, there have been Kingdom Hearts games on there. It's just I feel like he's
then we put
too PlayStation of a character.
We put Roxas in. Roxas was
we put Merfucius in because boy is he pretty. If you get that reference, I love you.
Rasputia.
It was an old YouTube channel I used to watch.
Rasputia.
But
that's Norbit.
But other Square characters I've seen talked about is I've seen the main protagonist from The World Ends With You as a potential fighter because of the final remix coming out this year. And the only other one I've seen is other RPG protagonists, mainly Chrono Trigger and Slime from Dragon Quest. And even though those guys would be cool, I don't see it happening.
I really don't see
Slime or any of the heroes from Dragon Quest, despite Dragon Quest being super huge on Nintendo. And the only way I could see it is the Ashley situation where it's just Japanese influence again. But even then, I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
But we will move on to your number 3.
So my number 3, which was originally my number 4, is a certain character that has recently reappeared who likes to crash and bash that ass. Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, no. I'll talk about that later. Please don't spoil what I believe the
his trailer.
His trailer.
I want to so bad, but I'll keep it PG.
Yeah. If anything, Crash Bandicoot would be a fantastic addition. I won't talk on it too much, just because you know why.
Yeah. Let's just keep it PG. Don't get all rated R like your boy Xavier Woods.
We need to have a wrestling podcast at some point. I feel
Next week.
Next week. Okay. Okay. Crash would be an awesome addition. I'll talk on that later. If you want to elaborate a little bit more.
He's orange. There's not enough orange people in Smash.
There isn't enough orange people in Smash. Jesus, there isn't.
Yeah. Well, orange creatures, I guess.
Oh God. All right. My number 3. Even though I don't personally want to see him, actually I'm lying. I do. It's Decidueye from the Pokemon franchise. He fits every bill that I think needs to be fit. He's a new Pokemon. It brings the total reps up to 10. Jesus Christ. Decidueye is a ghost owl archer. And if you don't tell me that's a cool character type, and the fact that he was also in Pokken, helps his chances. He was one of the poster Pokemon for Pokken.
Pokken these nuts.
Decidueye Pokkens over Smash. But Decidueye with his archer abilities, he has a fantastic Final Smash in that Arrow Ultimate Z move that I've seen.
Wait a minute.
What?
If he makes it in, and Heihachi makes it in,
we could have Pokken versus Tekken.
Pokken cross Tekken.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Actually, I'd buy that as a separate game. Honestly, just take the roster from Pokken and...
I want to see Yoshimitsu stab some fuckers.
Yoshimitsu versus fucking Gengar.
Oh my God.
It's horrifying to think about, isn't it? Decidueye would be really interesting. The only other potential spot I could see for number 3 being is there's been other potential like Pokemon from Sun and Moon that people have been like attached to. That being Mimikyu, which no, we've already got Pikachu and Pichu. I know Mimikyu has the potential to be unique, but it's just God, that'd be horrifying. A player Smash should identify if you're Mimikyu or not. I've seen Lycanroc and the other evolutionary final types, but I just feel like the grass type needs to complete the trilogy despite Ivysaur being back in there. The only other thing I could think of is if they decided early, depending on when the actual development started, a Gen 8 Pokemon, potentially. Other than that, that's the only other new Pokemon rep I could see, because the only other one I could think about was Pokemon Trainer coming back with the items, but he's confirmed back in the game with Squirtle and Ivysaur, so that's my number 3. What's your...
Numero dos?
Yes.
It is a character that I've said a million times already, but Simon Belmont. But not just Simon Belmont. Simon Belmont with a skin for Trevor Belmont to promote the Netflix series.
Interesting. I won't elaborate on him either. Do you want to? Is that where you were gonna end it?
Pretty much. That's all I got.
Okay.
He's got a whip.
Number 2, King K. Rool. He fits every archetype you could possibly want in Smash. Period. He is basically going to be a mix between Bowser and Wario because he's big and beefy, but he's also fat and jokey like Wario. He fits the archetype of giving Donkey Kong another representative. He's huge. He's a villain. He's green.
He's got a big dong.
All of his alternate costumes would be amazing. And I just feel out of all potential characters, first party wise, besides Toad, which I don't have on my list because he just developed into this kind of semi-character with Peach and Daisy, he is the most deserving first-party character to get in at this point because Ridley got in and the Inklings got in. And they're really doing pretty well with the characters this time around. So, King K. Rool, 100%. I will take an Etika here, and I will eat my nutsack if he's not in this game.
Don't do that, please.
Who's your number 1?
My number 1 is one that fills me with shame, and he could technically be an Echo Fighter, but I'd rather see him have his own moveset. Oh my god, I just had an idea. No, that doesn't work. Have Shadow the Hedgehog be his own character.
Oh, you're going straight. You just want him to be his own character.
Yeah. I was thinking he could be an Echo Fighter and like be a weird combination of Sonic, Fox, and Wario with a motorcycle.
Oh my god, you'd give him the Wario move. Oh my god,
yeah.
No.
The
Shadow Cycle.
This is prime Shadow the Hedgehog era Shadow.
Oh my god. That's
He's
amazing.
so cool and edgy.
He's so cool and edgy. Please go watch Sonic Boom, guys.
Please, they're gonna cancel it if we don't watch it. Just kidding. It'll probably air till the end of time.
Yep. Yeah, Shadow is an interesting one. I considered putting him on my Echo Fighters list, but I don't know. I just feel weird about the idea of third-party Echo characters because I feel like
you're gonna hate my Echo characters.
it's just a list of like, if you're getting a third-party character, I feel like you should go the whole kit and caboodle. You should hit
the whole kit and caboodle.
Like if there like me personally, if there was gonna be another Sonic character, I feel like it should be Tails, and then if it's not Tails, it should be Eggman.
Fuck them little bitches. How many of them have said cunt? 0.
0, that is true. All right, he wins.
I always win.
My number one. God, we've literally talked about in this entire podcast, basically. My number one, basically because he is confirmed, is Simon Belmont. Simon fits this archetype. He is half of what Metroidvania is.
That is true.
He just if there isn't any interaction between him, Link, Mega Man, or Samus in this trailer, I'm gonna hit somebody. Belmont just fits so well into Smash. He's been kind of really stagnant with his own series, and he just kind of fits the Mega Man this time around. He has moveset potential beyond belief. I just want, and more than anything, I just want to see Castlevania music in Smash. Jesus Christ.
That was accidental.
Okay. We can move on to our DLC and our Echo Fighters. I believe we'll just do the Echo Fighters first, just because we can just glance over them really fast.
Yeah, rapid fire Echo Fighter.
Because we don't really have any moveset potential to talk about because we've already got it.
They're Echo Fighters.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you just want to go over yours?
Do you want me to go all in a row?
Yeah, just all in a row. Shoot them out. Talk about any potential new things, new animations, Final Smashes, blah blah blah.
So 2 of these are DLC completely. These are like if characters actually made it in. So for Travis Touchdown, I have Henry Cooldown as an Echo Fighter of him because it's Travis's stepbrother, and why the fuck not? A Mr. Dream as an Echo Fighter for Little Mac. If we could get him, I'd say Mike Tyson, but he'd probably eat someone's ear. James Bond, who I talked about already, as an Echo Fighter for Joanna Dark. Crom, of course, everyone wants Crom as an Echo Fighter for Ike. And then Ken for Ryu.
Okay. The only thing I'm going to discuss here is, James Bond would open up a floodgate that I do not want opened up. And that is there are already people complaining about certain third-party characters not making it in terms of the game. Once a fourth-party character, which is the first party is owned by the company, second party is they own the company, but the company third party is a completely different developer, but they give the rights to it. Fourth party is just characters that aren't even video game characters. And that opens up a huge potential of just shit.
Goku!
Because that opens up the Goku gates, and the Shrek gates, and the Naruto gates, and the SpongeBob gates, and Sakura...
SpongeBob gate sounds like a weird porn thing.
Stop talking about porn. You devolve everything into porn.
I do. You know what African goggles means?
No, we're not doing this again. But,
Call back.
But, yeah, no, I'd rather not have any fourth parties. So other than that, your echoes are actually pretty decent. Henry Cooldown would be cool. Crom would be nice.
Yeah. Henry would have good music. I mean, Travis would too. So that's really what I want.
Okay. My Echo Fighters are the following. Literally all of them are first party because I disagree with the third party Echo Fighters. Dixie Kong, Dark Samus, Impa, Ninten, and then my number 2 is technically cheating. It's 2 characters, but it's from the same series, so I feel like it's justified. It's Crom or Celica. Real quick, Dixie Kong, Dark Samus, and Impa could all be their own unique characters, but I feel like just for time constraints and development-wise. They fit over Diddy Kong, Samus, and Sheik very well. So we'll count those for that. Ninten really fits the Prime Ribs thing very well. He completes the Earthbound trilogy, and Chrom could be an Echo of Ike, just because I feel like it'd be full circle just to complete what they were talking about in his trailer. And Celica, just because of the Fire Emblem Echoes around the same time that Smash Ultimate began development, I believe. She, instead of Ike or Marth, would be a Echo of Robin, which I feel would be unique. Also, now that I think about it, another potential Echo would be Rowan and Rowena, I believe her name was, from Fire Emblem Warriors.
Rowena.
Rowena.
The fuck kind of name is Rowena?
Okay. Those are my Echo characters. There are tons of potential for more. Like Birdo would be a good one for Yoshi. The only thing you'd have to change is not, instead of giving a big old suck,
make it not a dick suck machine.
Yeah. There's a ton of them. Echo Fighters are just like a new territory now that everybody actually accepts them. But especially because I was considering Echo Fighters as a free DLC afterwards, similar to like Splatoon 2, would be interesting. Maybe like a stage or two, or like an item or something like that. Like just produce and promote new games and stuff. Real quick, we're just going to go over, just as a little bonus for you guys, if you're still listening somehow, over what we think either what the complete DLC roster looks like, or just as a beginning. You want to go first?
I don't even have any DLC.
You don't have any DLC?
No.
Okay, so we're going to share my list. We'll go one by one.
Where the fuck is... Oh, right there. Oh...
Yep.
Oh, one of my characters is already on there. So,
yep.
Yeah, that's
one of my DLC characters was Crash. I feel like Crash would fit very well. He fits the aesthetic. He's similar to Rayman in the sense that he fits the aesthetic. He does have a long history with Nintendo, despite being PlayStation. He has a lot of exclusives.
He'd have a great trailer.
Oh, all right, guys. So here's the trailer for Crash Bandicoot. It opens up with the commercial for the original Super Smash Bros. With Mario, Yoshi, Pikachu, and Donkey Kong walking through a field. They all start attacking each other again. It's new. You can tell it's new. They're updated costumes. They kind of look updated. So they're fighting. And out of nowhere, you hear, "Wow! Wow!" Crash Bandicoot spins onto the field. Animation-wise, then he transforms into the Crash Bandicoot that was in that commercial against Nintendo, all the way back in '97 or '98 or whatever, promoting his original game. He looks forward, and he beats all of them down, and he spins, and he starts spinning crazily.
And he goes, "Whoa!"
Spins, transitions into his model in-game, and then he gets his splash screen. Crash bashes into Smash.
Crash bashes into Samus's ass.
And I believe that would be the best potential trailer for him. Unless they're going to save him for a Crash and Spyro duel announcement, which I don't... Spyro would be cool too, but I just feel like he's just a little late to the party this time around. Unless they're later DLC, but I feel like Crash would be the perfect first character to announce for DLC. The other two of them are just Nintendo Switch representatives as a whole, being Rex and Pyra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Springman from ARMS. I feel like they just missed the development cycle really. They're just too late. Both of them have potential movesets, uniqueness, represent a series that needs to be represented. My number one is Waluigi, just because I feel like Sakurai is going to hear the outcry from all the memes and stuff from E3.
Wah. And he's also going to nerf Bayo so hard that she'll never see what's coming.
He does have the potential to be his own character, despite what Sakurai thinks. And my last character, the one I think that's going to end Smash Bros. Off with a huge bang, is kind of just like a future potential signal that Nintendo and Microsoft are going to be very buddy-buddy with each other for the next few years.
Joanna Dark?
Yeah, Joanna Dark. My last character prediction is going to be Banjo-Kazooie. I feel like more than anybody third-party wise, I feel like they deserve it the most. They got the shaft because of the unfortunate circumstances of Microsoft buying Rare. They have gotten little to no attention besides nuts and bolts, which
give Joanna Dark the shaft.
I feel like they have, just like Rayman, just like Crash, just like all the platforming mascots I have on here. Banjo has moveset potential. He has godly Smash remixes. Plus, if I don't see the splash screen Banjo and Kazooie get jiggy with it, I'm not gonna buy the game. But all right, guys, that was our Smashcast. Those are all of our character predictions.
All of them. Definitely not. I don't have any hidden away that I'll never say because they'll never make it in. SpongeBob's and Adolf Hitler's baby.
You didn't hear that?
No, I don't think they heard it because there's no fucking waveform.
Okay. Tune in next week on our. This was a specials Smashcast. Next week we will be doing. I believe. Was the retrospective we'll be starting. You'll get introduced to that with other Kyle over here.
Yes. The Rudy Tooty point and shooty review is going to be very interesting. And this Friday we'll have a wrestling podcast.
Yes, we'll be discussing what we think the state of wrestling is.
It's shit.
Where it'll be going.
To the shit.
So that was the Smashcast. I'm Kyle.
I'm also Kyle.
And this was Media Frenzy.
Everyone's going to break their fucking necks on One Ring Angels.